Alright, what's happening, guys, and welcome to DGL Puzzle Showcases, where I show you some of the coolest and some of the best puzzles I have seen from around the block and from wherever. I hope you are having a great day wherever it is you reside. Hope everything is going well. Today's puzzle was actually submitted by Mr. Penguin 89, which is an awesome username, by the way. Yeah. I will admit it is a bit of a cheesy puzzle, but I felt it warranted a video anyway, because it's it's sort of unique in a way. Now, it is white to move, like most puzzles will be, and obviously white down material, down what, a couple rooks, right? A rook in an exchange. So yeah, obviously some material deficit. However, it is obviously not it's obviously not white to play and win, but there is a way for white to draw in this position. It's miraculously enough, it is very possible. Anyway, I will give you a couple seconds before I go over the answer. So yeah, it is white to play and draw. So pause the video now if you want to take a look at this puzzle a bit further, I will give you a couple seconds to pause the video. Alright, so the first move in the puzzle, and is probably the hardest, even though this is probably not the most difficult puzzle ever, is
check.
Bishop a4 check. Now, this move leads to a draw, believe it or not. Now, before we get into the critical main line, I want to point out that if the king tries to run to c4, for example, or not for example, that's the only square, other than taking the bishop it can go to, white can just give a check again, and the king doesn't have anywhere to go other than back. And you just give the check again, and the king goes back to c4, you give the check again, and if he takes, you go back into the main line of the puzzle. So, let's go back a sec. After bishop a4 check, if the king takes it, okay. White gives a check. To continue on, king has to go back.
Departed. Check.
Gives a check again. Note this bishop guarding this line. Not a lot of spaces for the king to go. King drops back to c6.
Check.
Check again. King d7. Now here's the important part. You don't rescue the bishop. In fact, you play e6 check, giving it up. And after taking, you play f5, and it's actually a draw. Black can never break down this position. The pawns block the other pawns, and there's no piece that can sacrifice on one of the white pawns. These rooks, the bishop, are horribly, they're not the right pieces to make sacrifices on the light squares in this position. It's kind of humorous that if if black had a queen, for example, black could sacrifice the queen on one of these pawns and end up winning. Or even a bishop sacrifice one of these pawns and end up winning. Because that's all black really needs to do, is just to sacrifice a piece on one of these pawns, and the game is already over. Black will sacrifice, push a pawn in open lines, and end up winning the game. So yeah, it's but to finish off that statement, obviously black cannot do that, and so it is a draw. Black can, move around all day long, wherever he feels like. Okay, not there, but you get the idea. So yeah, it's after this f5 move, draw. And yeah, what I find funny is that if you run it through the computer, which I actually did, at least my computer, it didn't give a draw. It actually thought black was winning. But I mean, the computer just didn't understand that there's no way for black to break down this position for eternity. Black can shuffle around all he wants. Anyway, I think that's a pretty clever puzzle. I'm going to try to keep this video short and sweet. Thanks for checking it out, guys. Hope you're having a great day. And good luck with your chess, and see you guys around with new videos. Thanks, bye, and see you guys around.